Hey you, hope you're doing well. Today is the first day of October, and you know what that means. It means we're going to start a drawing challenge that's like a certain inking challenge, except I'm changing things up because I'm not gonna do said inking challenge. And if you know why, you know why. If you don't, look it up. I've seen a lot of creatives here on Twitter and on Instagram making their own lists as sort of a replacement, or just sharing other kind of themed lists, and I liked a lot of them and I wanted to do all of them. So I'm sort of going to do that. Not all at once on the same day, if that makes sense. I'll get into it, I promise. The idea is to spin the wheel on which list I'll work on that day, and then I'll have a random number generator pick which numbers prompt I do from that list. I've picked a couple of my favorite lists, including the ARTOBER one, which is more lax and isn't an everyday sort of challenge, which I like. Then you can find them on Twitter at ARTOBER, pretty self-explanatory. The second one I've seen is for Swordtember, which was initially for September, but I'm repurposing it for October because I can. Yeah. The original creator is on Twitter at Faith_Schaeffer. Schaffer? I think it's Schaeffer. Schaffer. It'll be on screen. The third kind of prompt list that I've picked is a witchy-based prompt list, aptly called Witchtober, and that was created by It's Lopez on Instagram, ITSLOPEZ, all under, not underscore, all lowercase, there we go. I also took the extra challenge of making each entry in this month a limited palette, because I don't know how to limit myself. So I grabbed this sort of list of palettes off of Pinterest, but the original person's tag is on it, and you'll see it here. I'll be flipping a coin between set A and set B, so A for heads, B for tails, and then using another random number generator to select the palette that I'll be using that day. So I'm really mixing it all up. Today I spun the wheel and got my own list, which I forgot to make, frankly. So I quickly went to a random word generator, and then what I did was randomize 10 at a time and select 7, then randomize another 10 and select 7 until I got 28, and then I randomized 10 more and picked the last 3. I compiled them all into a list randomizer, and then bam! Had myself a fancy list of words for my own prompts. And now that I have that, I randomized a number between 1 and 31 and got 15, which was microphone. I flipped a coin and got tails for set B, then I randomized a number between 1 and 35 because that's how many palettes were on the template, and I got 7, which, yeah, not a color scheme I would have gone with, but I'll take it. I swatched the color scheme, which was probably earlier in the video if I'm judging by editing Heather and not recording Heather, and it's next to a drawing that was originally supposed to be the day's entry, but I hated it a lot, and I thought that wasn't a great way to start this challenge that I'm trying to set for myself. So I decided to scrap it and start a new one, which should be what you're seeing. And this one, I had the hardest time drawing the head, and I usually do have a hard time drawing the head because heads suck and I don't like drawing them, especially when they're attached to a body. That sounds weird. I just had such a hard time seeing the image in my head, and it just wasn't coming out right, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it'll be a different style. Maybe I'll do like anime style. That wasn't working. And then I realized I was drawing everything in weird proportions, and then the head was either too small or too far away from the microphone. A whole slew of issues like that. But I did not want to erase that microphone and hand I had drawn, because that was the best hand holding pose that I have drawn in a long time, and I was not about to erase it and try again. This drawing isn't really based on anyone. If it looks like someone, then cool, let me know, because this is just all from my head. Because the idea I had in my mind was sort of like a very shy singer, which is why I drew her with her hand around her middle. That used to be how I would sing. Yes, I do sing. Not great, and you'll never hear it, so that's okay. Essentially, I like the idea of expressing shyness. I think it can be interesting to draw, and I don't know. I just wanted to, okay? I don't know. Thankfully, in the markers that I picked from the set I was supposed to use, I didn't quite have an orange that matched that color. So I kind of went as close as I could, and it happened to be like a skin tone kind of thing, so I used that. And the other colors I think work really well together in this instance, because purples can shade red beautifully, and the yellow complemented the skin tone, and I liked how it turned out. Is it kind of simple? Yes, but I think it came out great, and I like it a lot. I did some touch-ups off screen, and here is the finished piece. That's it for day 1 of my October drawing challenge, which I am going to shorten to ARTOBER because I haven't seen people use it. I assume it's been used, but I also assume it's generic enough that I won't get in trouble for it. I guess we'll see. I'm hopeful I can complete all 31 days because I am nothing if not a stubborn optimist, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye bye.